We should be live. There we go. There we go. Oh, new patch notes. New patch notes. Hopefully. We're finally moving on from Track Blazer. That'll be something. Alright, time to get back into things. I don't want to do this. Hi, after however many CMs, I made it to Group A for round 2. Again, thanks to Hukutaru and Vodka. Hukutaru got 3 wins total, 2 in attempt 2, and I got a first and only win so far in attempt 2. Nice. Nice. I took a while to get up to streaming because I was rearranging my current desktop. Not much, just trying to reposition the monitors. It should be a lot more comfortable now, especially with the new position I have my mic. I have my mic in a new position, so let me know if I sound weird or super far away. I'll try to see if I can readjust the mic arm, since it should be easier for me to manage now. No, I have not entered the PvP mode just yet. In case you were wondering, we are still... We're gonna do this run first. For starters, we're doing this run. Whew. Honestly, it feels crazy to think that the short manga series sound good to me. Didn't notice any difference. Oh, cool. That means I fixed the mic just perfectly fine. Yeah. It feels weird to me thinking that the manga series is actually wrapping up now. I mean, it's only gonna be a small... It's always been a fairly modest project, so it's not that crazy to imagine, I guess, in hindsight, but more so that I was able to actually complete something I set out to do in this regard. And yeah, and can't wait to really get to work on the visual novel. I've already started working on the visual novel, so it already has some aspects to it done. But once we wrap up the manga, it's gonna be all hands on deck on the visual novel. Man, crazy. Being able to finally get to work on the visual novel. The visual novel, by the way, it's a pretty ambitious project, at least from the stuff I wanted to do, because it's not like the story itself is going to be super long. It's like I mentioned, I'm not really Kinoko Nazu, and Umamusume in general doesn't really have fairly long plot lines. It's your general... Oh my god, Maru, please, for the love of Jesus Christ, lock in. Yeah, this is a fairly modest project, so it's not like like the story itself is gonna be super long. Individually, it's more so in the totality of everything I'm going to do, or everything I want to do rather, is pretty overwhelming when I look at it in total. It's to the point that I'm honestly wondering, can I actually do this, or am I just getting way in over my head thinking I can do all this shit? And all I can really say about that is that I'm very much motivated to do the absolute best I can with in terms of writing the story and everything. I already know exactly where I want to take, for example, Jet's route. When it comes to the others, that's when things start getting a bit iffy, because if I'm being honest, I don't really have that much IRL material on Ribots Verset and Verset's Dancer. Now, that doesn't mean their storyline wouldn't be written, but at the same time, I would feel a lot more confident in writing their stories if I had more real-life material to work with than I currently do. I think one of the biggest examples of this, for example, is Ribot's Verset. See, Ribot had 89 total races. The real Ribot's Verset had 89 total races across, I think it was 5 years being active, across a full 5-year active season. And out of all those 89 races, I think only about 2 survived. We only have about 2 races for Ribot. I do know exactly what type of characters I want to use for Ribot's storyline. Again, it wouldn't massively impact the story being written. It's more so that I would, like I said, I would feel a lot more comfortable if I had more information than what I currently do. So if I were to write Ribot's story, to continue using the example, I would definitely have to get in contact with the people IRL who are very much familiar with that horse's career. Say, for example, I would likely have to find some way to get in contact with his jockey. I have to find some way to get in contact with maybe, like, I don't know, his fucking trainer, assuming he's still around. I know it sounds like, yeah, I know you could probably point to this and say, hey, that sounds like a whole lot of hoopla over all this. Like, don't you think you're overdoing it, so to speak? And you know what? I'll admit, maybe I am overdoing it. Maybe you don't actually need all this information when you get right down to it to write a story. There are tons of people, especially on like Archive of Our Own on AO3, writing Umamusume fan fiction, and I'm pretty sure a lot of them probably know about as much as I do about Japanese horse racing, which is to say probably not a lot, but that doesn't stop them from writing it, and good on them for that. Like, you really wanna, if you really have something you wanna say or write out, you absolutely should be allowed to just say it. But at the very least, when it comes to my philosophy, when it comes to writing this, I would want to present these ideas with as much information as possible, because I've done quite a lot of research when it comes to this whole project. I am willing to go as far as to say that besides the people who directly worked with Versus Jet, there's, like, say, his real life trainer, his real life jockey, his real life owner, etc. Aside from those people that directly knew the fucking horse IRL, I am confident to say there's no one else alive that knows more about him than I do. It's a very lofty, crazy thing to say, but bro, like, not only did I have to look up all this info, it's also to a point where making me realize that this isn't like Japan, where a lot of the info seems to be centralized around dedicated Keiba groups or magazines. A lot of it, the information on PR horse racing is very much scattered. It's definitely a lot more niche. Like, horse racing and PR is a lot more niche compared to Japan. The way Japan treats their horse racing scene. I do appreciate the help I've received, though. I do, because I did contact with some people IRL. I'd say some reporters, actual owners. I actually did speak to some of them. So it's not like I'm going completely blind in terms of information. But at the same time, it feels like I wish, I guess what I'm trying to say is that I kind of wish some of these people saw this project with the same level of urgency that I'm looking at it, because this is just a side thing. It's not like, maybe urgency is not the right word for it, but more so the fact that I get the vibe that a lot of the people probably see the manga I'm writing or the ideas or like just the concept of Umamusume in general over in PR, and a lot of the boomers just go, that's just some goofy bullshit, doesn't matter, who cares. And the thing is, I did explain to them what Umamusume was, even down to the whole concept that, hey, this is a literal billion-dollar franchise. It's very successful. It got a lot of people into horse racing inside and outside of Japan. But yeah, I'm just gonna tell you right now, boomers over in PR, they don't give a fuck. They really don't. It doesn't matter if it made $1 billion to them. If it has, if it looks like a cartoon, like anime or whatever, they just don't care. They don't take anything like about that seriously. Feels like me trying to research and make videos about supporting background Umas and manga and anime media Umas, but it ain't exactly since that. JP horse better documented compared to. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Japanese horse racing is very well documented. I will say, however, that at least in terms of what you're trying to do, Akipa, is that it does feel as though there is a lot of exclusive information that hasn't exactly broken the language barrier. I mean, shit, just to give you an example, how many misconceptions how much misinfo have you heard about the horses present in Umamusume? Like, how many, like, I'm pretty sure everyone's heard about the whole misconception of how they tried to get, like, allegedly they tried to get Gentle Donna and Gold ship the breed, but Gentle Donna beat his ass and he was too afraid of her or something like that, or something insane like that. Or how supposedly Agnes Tachyon had the most amount of children out of any of the horses present in Umamusume. Or my favorite is the craziest one is how the craziest story I heard, however, it isn't even all those. The craziest story about any of the Japanese horses is how allegedly I don't even know who the fuck started this. This is like an insane story to even think about. Is that allegedly vodka, as in the real life mare vodka, was taken to a stable full entirely of mares, and the moment all of them saw vodka walk in, they all instantly like that just went into heat. I don't even know who the fuck makes this shit up. That's just insane to me. That people would just believe that type of thing without even thinking, without even like questioning it. So damn much. I'm already wary of the global reference docs, and that seems to have been referenced so much for some of them. Yeah, there was a Google Doc about that supposedly had a lot of big information about the IRL horses that inspired the Umamusume characters. But I mean, look, listen, I'm not saying the person who made that Google Doc is a liar or was intentionally trying to spread misinfo, but either A, that Google Doc has been vandalized, or B, the person making it may have been misinformed about a whole lot of things, just to put it lightly. Oh, I probably shouldn't have used that gold hammer. Oh, shit. Oh, well, surely we'll just get more gold hammers, right? Like, it's guaranteed that we're just gonna get more gold hammers, right? I actually did manage to find a series of interviews from a YouTuber. This guy... Yeah, so I was able to find this YouTuber guy who is a reporter on PR horse racing, and he did interview a whole lot of trainers and jockeys. And I already mentioned this before, but I actually managed to fully watch the interview he did with Juan Cintron. Cintron, in case you're wondering, was VersusJet's jockey specifically during his I believe his 3-year-old season and the beginning half, the upper half of his 4-year-old season. So more or less around the time period I'm currently covering within the my story. And it's pretty interesting. He actually mentioned at one point that the very first time he rode on Jet, keep in mind, Jet, I believe at this moment in time, versus Jet was already gelded. So in theory, keep in mind, he already should have been way more chill than he was before. The first time he rode versus Jet, he instantly tried to buck him off. He was not having it. And apparently it got to a point that when he tried to just do a quick run around him with him, Jet came to a screeching halt without him even doing anything. And the only reason he didn't immediately just immediately flew off the horse Looney Tunes style is because he just like, I don't know, he had somehow had the sorry, he according holy shit, I am dying today. According to what he mentioned, he had some very quick reflexes and grabbed onto the saddle just like the moment Jet hit the brakes, so to speak, and he was able to stop himself from just completely flying off the horse, just Looney Tunes styles. That just sounds crazy to me. And I like that. Keep in mind, at this point in time, Jet should have already been gelded according to all the information I found. So, yeah, so that's him. Allegedly, like, in theory, he should have been a lot more calm. Did I not get groundwork? Oh, I didn't get groundwork. Oh, this sucks. I'll try one more run. If I don't get groundwork there, I'm just gonna go say fuck it and just use my regular ass Maru. It's why I want to list my sources in the description or the end of the video. They take up too much time. Not only to prove that I got my facts, but also have my viewers correct. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing something like that. I do have a list of every YouTube video and article I've been using. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to list every single one of the sources. I'm not sure where I would put that in, say, the visual novel or anything, but actually I think maybe by the time I post the final chapter, say chapter 10 of the little mini manga series, I guess I could just post it there. I guess that's probably a good place, as good of a place as any to post that type of information. And for the visual novel, I'll probably see if I can have a space in the menu where I just put a huge link with all the references I use. Just every like all the YouTube channels I used, all the YouTube videos I used, all the articles I used online. I mean, some of them is gonna be kind of weird as fuck, and I believe some of them does. I guess I'll admit some of them did come from a few Facebook posts here and there, but the Facebook posts themselves, I believe, reference the PR Ipismo blog, so I guess I'll probably just reference that instead. I was already gonna reference anyway, but I guess it's more so to say that I could probably just exclusively reference that, rather than all the individual Facebook pages posting about this race or that race or the other thing. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, I guess I could ask the people I got in contact with. I could probably ask them permission if I could use their name directly. If I could say, yes, this person specifically is the one that helped me out here. Yeah, I'm not mentioning who these group of people are, just in case they would rather remain anonymous, but honestly, I think it'd be pretty cool. Just have a list of, hey, yeah, here are the actual people that helped me out, and finally get to list their names and everything. And maybe say, I don't know, a Facebook page or something, where you can usually find them. Ah. Oh my god, I think I need to start buying shit. I need to start buying shit. Oh, yeah, no, I need to start buying shit for real. How is she losing in a mile race? I also found that Umamusume Discord server you talked about with Forever Young profile. I haven't asked anyone there for help yet because I'm nervous as fucking general stranger danger. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, you can always just see it as a stranger danger help with translating some sources I found. I mean, like the way I see it is honestly, it's probably just all in your head. I mean, let's say you just ask them, hey, I'm doing a video on this horse and I wanted to ask about this thing. Is anyone here an expert on horse racing that could help me out? I mean, realistically, you want to know what the crazy thing about all this is? That genuinely the worst thing isn't that someone will tell you to go fuck yourself or anything like that. No, the worst thing that could actually happen is that people will probably just ignore you. I mean, I know I probably made it sound really bad, but you know, in general, when it comes to these type of things, yeah, it's probably very, very difficult to get enough people on board to actually take you seriously in this type of thing. I mean, it's kind of like what me making Umamusume stuff, where maybe at first I thought to myself, I don't know if I really want to bother other people about this, but then I thought to myself, you know what, it's fine. Like, what's the worst that could actually happen? It turns out the worst that can actually happen is that a lot of them just ghost me entirely. That as in, I don't even get a response back. I don't even get a message that says, "Oh, sorry, I'm too busy to talk to you." Talk TTYL, or even just a message that tell me to go fuck myself. It's just I just get left on red, so to speak. And I'm not saying that that's necessarily that much better compared to if, say, someone were to just directly tell me to go fuck myself, but it's just one of those things where you gotta realize that, man, it's usually just all in your head. It's fine. Just go ahead. You can just go ahead and ask one day and maybe wait about 24, 48 hours. Just maybe wait about 2 days and you can try asking again. Or maybe you can, if not, you can just try to get in contact with one of the mods of that server and ask them, hey man, I'm trying to look for it. You know anyone in this server that is an expert on this shit? And yeah, and either the mod's gonna leave you on red or tell you to fuck off, or maybe in the off chance it'll be someone cool and they'll actually help you. Kind of how, yeah. Like I said, that's kind of how I've been operating with Umamusume. Like, it's me messaging a bunch of old boomers that barely know how Facebook even works and believe everything that the AI videos tell them to believe. So I just try to be. I think to myself, you know what? I'm just gonna play it cool. Say, yeah, I want to do this is what I want to do. I want to write about this or that. And at the end, if they don't want me, if they don't want to help me, at the very least, I can say, you know what? It wasn't my fault. I was as polite as possible. And I explained this concept that I'm not ashamed of this. I don't think there's anything to be ashamed about. liking any of this or doing any of this. I did everything perfectly clear, and if they still don't want to help me out, I can at least say, you know what? That wasn't my fault. Oh, the way this is going, this Maru's kind of shit. Kind of tempted to just dumpster this whole run. At the same time, I really should just complete this run anyway for the bonuses and shit. Oh, come on, for real? How you do it? Yeah, like I said, that's just how I've been operating. I know, because I'll admit, a lot of it is also because I'm well over 30 at this point, and when you're 30, you just stop giving a fuck. You realize, man, when I was young, I was such a fucking idiot for not doing half the shit I actually want to do. So what I'm doing is just telling to myself, you know what? It doesn't matter if other people think this is weird. I'm just gonna explain this as calmly as I can. And if it doesn't work out, then like I said, it's like I've said before, and I'll just keep saying it again. I can at least rest assured knowing it was not my fault that it didn't work out. It definitely is better to try than not doing it at all. And I've seen my fears. I realize that go get the opposite and make progress. Same thing I should be doing with writing my script and doing that wrong. Yeah. It's like I said, like writing is something I always wanted to do, but I always think to myself, oh, but what if I fuck up? What if people read it and think, oh no, he's doing everything wrong. He's a fucking idiot for doing that, for even trying. But then you see, I'm well, like I said, I'm well over 30, and once you reach 30 plus, you realize, wow, I was a fucking idiot when I was younger. I should have just done it. It's like actually me with streaming. I remember a long time ago, this would have been around 2017. I wanted to stream FGO when it first came out, but I remember getting my first laptop in 2017. This would have been about 1 month after the English version of FGO came out, and I remember trying to just justify to myself why I didn't want to stream FGO, just thinking to myself, and I'm too late for it. It's already been a month since the game came out, so no one's gonna take someone who's streaming the game a month late seriously. Like, no one knows, like, who cares? So I did all that to justify to myself why I didn't want to actually do that. And then I realized to myself, honestly, I should have just done it. Like, looking back, I genuinely should have just said, fuck it, I'll do it anyway. The crazy thing is that I didn't actually start streaming until about, I want to say, late 2020, because that would have been around the time I got this desktop I started using. Yeah, so this desktop computer that I'm currently using, that... Oh my fucking god, Maru, you just... Oh god, I hate this. That would have been around the first... So that would have been around the first time I got my first desktop computer, and... I remember just thinking to myself, you know what, let's stream, let's start small. Let's start with streaming... What was that? Yeah, Dragalia Lost. Let's start with streaming Dragalia Lost. And, you know, for a while, it actually went pretty well. I actually got triple-digit views on a lot of my Dragalia Lost videos, thinking to myself, oh, yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, the biggest problem of anything is that I just wasn't consistent enough with stuff like Dragalia. Like, would I have been more successful had I been more consistent? Maybe, but at the same time, it's kind of just, and it's all in the past. Plus, Dragalia Lost ended up EOSing anyway, so I think in the long run, it wouldn't have actually mattered that much. And then eventually I just kept kind of hopping around from game to game, streaming on a very, very inconsistent basis. And it wasn't until about, I want to say a year ago, where I started streaming a lot more consistently. Although I will say that there was a period within July where I quite literally couldn't stream even if I wanted to, because my computer just shut itself and I had to take it out for repairs, and it was there for quite a while. It was there for quite a while during, this would have been around the hot period when this would have been around the time, I don't know if you remember, but there was a period of time, it wasn't immediately after Umamusume came out. It wasn't like within that same week, but it was almost as within a few weeks after Umamusume came out, that's when this game started really popping off. That's when a lot of the big videos about, like, say, the fun facts about Gold Ship, something, that's when that stuff started popping off. It was around that period of time when my computer was broken down, and I vividly remember that because the day that the Kira-san Black card came out, I remember thinking to myself, man, I should just do something about this. I can't just... I gotta do some update. So the Kira-san Black pull video I have on my channel is actually me playing the game, just recording the game on my phone and talking using my phone microphone. Like that, like, obviously the quality isn't all that great on that video. Like the audio quality was pretty bad, and it's just not great. But you know what? I thought to myself, yeah, you know what? If I'm gonna take this streaming shit seriously, I should at least do some type of update, considering this is one of the biggest cards that the game is gonna get. And all I can say is that I wish I could be a lot more consistent, but I am. So, like, say today I didn't go online at exactly 7 p.m. and that's sort of my fault, sort of not, because while I was busy today, one of the major reasons I wasn't able to stream on time is because I was rearranging my desk so that it didn't feel like actual butt cheeks to stream. It feels a lot more like my current setup is a lot more comfortable. Boom, Zazath 829. I have not done the CM yet. Also, welcome to the chat. I have not done the CM yet. We will be doing that soon enough. And no, in case you're wondering, this is not this is definitely totally not a last minute run. I totally was not building a Maru just to throw her to the wolves in this CM. Yeah, at the very last minute. That's not at all what's happening. Now, I should be able to have a more consistent schedule within the next coming month. I believe everything should be cleared up enough for me so that I can more consistently stream at the times I specify. Of course, there's other things, say my writing, because me writing my fan series, because there is an elephant in the room, I guess you could call it, where you would probably ask yourself, dude, if you're streaming right now, couldn't you also be writing? And yep, that's true. I could just be writing instead of streaming and finish up Umamusume much faster, but ultimately, streaming is something I also want to do in addition to writing my Umamusume fan series. So I want to try to balance both if I can help it. Now, I do get it where there may come a point where I will likely have to pick and choose. And say go on break for maybe a week or two to get things done faster. But at the same time, this fan series isn't really it's not a professional work. It's not really professional work. It's just something me and everyone else involved, we're all doing this for fun. So with all that said, I do want to have fun with making it, not get too lost in the sauce and forget why I'm doing this in the first place. Not even my best Maru run, of course. I forgot to do team trials, of course. I knew I was forgetting something. Get that. Grab. That's 600 career playthroughs. Round 1, day 1 record for me is 1302. Nice. Good. Actually, let me check real quick here. What do we got? What do I have to enter here? Okay, so I do know I want to use this one. Is this the one where, yeah, this one has groundwork and all the bullshit that you need to make groundwork work. I would put that. I would put this. And what else? What else do I want actually? Actually, wait. Do one of these Seiyuns functional? Hold on. Yeah, I think at least one of these Seiyuns is usable. Because I'm just thinking to myself, dude, wouldn't it be the funniest shit if I just used triple front? Like, wouldn't it be just the funniest fucking idea to just use triple front? Where's my groundwork? Where's my groundwork? Why is there no groundwork? There should be a groundwork. Holy hell, I'm early. Nice, Luger. You are here early. So I'm just thinking to myself here, dudes, wouldn't it be the funniest shit ever to just use triple front? Hey, wouldn't it really be just the funniest shit ever to use triple front? That's what I'm just thinking to myself right now. Realistically speaking, what is actually stopping me from just running triple front? Random thing, but watching you play Link to the Past made me feel inspired to build a castle in beta Minecraft. Oh, nice. Try to make it look like the big castle in the middle of the dank world. I'd say I should get back to Link to the Past. I did think about playing it, but then I just didn't have quite enough time. This as of late, I mean. Yeah, the dank world, yes. Is this really my... Nah, this can't be it. Am I seriously thinking of Oh, okay, I remember now. I remember writing this Siaka. Yeah, just in case. Okay. Alright, I get it. Alright, yeah. Alright, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I can see the vision. I can see it. Maybe? Do I wanna... What would this even look like? Kinda looks like shit, honestly. Oh yeah, this definitely looks like shit. Honestly, if I had more time, I would just run Gigafront, Suzuka, Maru, and same Sky, and just go, you know what? Yeah, just triple front. Just triple front. Hyrule Castle and how Hyrule Castle, I'd want to my castle act more like a prison for political prisoners. Oh wow, that's crazy. I mean, on the one hand, I would love to run cafe, but at the same time, running a late alongside two fronts is not the way. That is not the way. I definitely should be running. Actually, let me see what auto select gives me. Really? Huh? That's what it's giving me? Nah. That's not it. That is so not it, dude. That is absolutely not it. Okay, she has firm conditions, but that's only because I know it doesn't proc here. I know. Please, no one say anything about that. So we got Summer Runner, non-standard, and I believe groundwork works via this taking the lead and shit. So this works. This is functional. And we have this Suzuka, which I know has all the bullshit I need. There's Grass Wonder. What, the grass? No. Yeah, not a fan of that. Yeah, I guess I could try this. You know what? I'm just gonna give this a shot. I'm gonna do one run with this team, and if that doesn't work, I'll just I'll pivot to something else. Maybe I'll just hit auto select and use whatever it gives me instead. That'll be funny. Because you know what? At this point, I don't think I should keep building for Cancer Cup. Especially with Throne coming out, I believe if I'm gonna do anything last minute anyway, if I'm gonna build any last minute Umas anyway, it should just wait for Throne that's coming out tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, did you guys know that we're getting the final chapter of the Team Serious storyline tomorrow? Oh my gosh, the final chapter of the main story. Now listen, I remember when I first saw the first season of Umamusume, this would have been about a year ago when the game was first announced to come out in English. I thought it was alright. Didn't think it was anything too crazy big. I could see the appeal, but I thought to myself, it's probably not for me. At the very least, I'll wait for the game to come out before I decide to give the second season another shot. How serious? What do you mean, how serious? Wait, did I say something? Oh wow, nice pawn. Nah. Zone Chapter 1 Race 3 lol. Can't wait to see fully adapted Monju. Yeah, Monju. Oh boy, Monju. We started out with Broye in Season 1 and now we have actual Monju. And I remember at the time looking up to see, a lot of people make mistakes. I'm no different. My mistake is that I actually read comments. I was reading the comment section, and one of the comments I remember reading is, man, they should do a remake of the first season of Umamusume, the Golden Generation. They should do an animated remake and just admit to everyone, hey, you know what? We fucked up. We fucked up in that first season. You know, if y'all can just please completely ignore that. We can all just agree that that didn't happen. You know, that'd be cool. Let's just pretend that didn't happen and have a do-over. I remember that sentiment allegedly is not a hot take. Apparently, a lot of people feel the same way. But holy shit, Nice Nature might actually win this one. But I'm gonna be honest. I don't think the first season really needs a remake because you just play the game. The game is the remake of the first season. If you want to see the first season, oh my god, Naruto Brian might actually win this one. Unless Nice Nature just takes it. There we go. Oisu! Nice Nature desu. You got it. It is now that I may realize the folly of my actions. 6, 7, 8. And that's what I wanted to say, that it's honestly been a lot more exciting. Yeah, it's been a lot more exciting to watch the Umamusume story compared to the similar storyline that was in that first season. First season is a mess. You can definitely say that. Yeah, I can definitely. Feel that end result. Yeah, unfortunately that end result's gonna happen a lot if I end up getting queued up with a whole lot of crazy people. There's no war in Boston, that type shit. Yeah, just everyone pretending that the first season didn't happen. But generally, I'm pretty sure that if you really want a remake of the Golden Generation, that first season of Uma, you just play the game. The game itself is the first season of Uma. But all new, all different. Although, listen, guys, now that we're on the subject of the Umamusume anime, I gotta ask you guys a question that I don't know if this is just me, but there's definitely a Yugi Cup with a Yuji Oguri Cup, and I knew I was cooked as fuck. Oh man, getting queued up with a Yuji, man, I feel so bad, dude. That no one deserves to go through that shit. Wow, all three ults going one after the other is some crazy behavior. Holy shit. But yeah, I gotta ask you, now that we're on the subject of the Umamusume anime, I gotta ask y'all a question. So recently I've been watching season 3 of the Umamusume anime for the very first time. Because I actually never watched the 3rd season. What happened is that after I got into the game and thought the game was pretty cool, I watched the 2nd season, and while I really liked the 2nd season, I thought to myself, you know what? I want to try something that isn't the Team Spica of that 1st season, because I do like this concept, but I want to see how it works beyond that group dynamic that the first 3 seasons of Uma have. So I actually skipped over the 3rd season just entirely, and I actually just watched Road to the Top and Beginning of the New Era back to back. That was a great decision, by the way. I thought those were, I remember just walking away from both of those thinking, oh no, that was way better. Both of them were just way better. Like, if anything, if I were to introduce someone to Umamusume for the first time, I would just drop a link. I would just give them a link to the playlist on Cygame's channel for Road to the Top and tell them, here, 4 episodes. You can tell if you like it or not with these, just if you like this thing or not with just these 4. There we go. Yeah, so, and eventually, of course, I watched Cinderella Grey as it was coming out. But recently, I've been rewatching. I'm watching for season 3 for the first time, you know, with Kira-san Black and going back to the Team Spica group. And I gotta say, is it just me, or does it feel like the Umamusume series, the people who managed this franchise, it almost feels like every single person in charge of each individual aspect of this franchise has a different vision regarding how to manage the main storyline. And what I mean by that, I know you're probably thinking, Dice, what the fuck are you on about? What I mean by that is that in the game we're playing right now, I oftentimes get the vibe that the trainer is super duper important. But yeah, allegedly that aspect gets even more emphasized later on in with the more recent characters and their stories in the Japanese version. But even now in the global version, there are definitely a lot of characters where I feel like, where I do get the vibe of, oh no, this person literally cannot function without Torena-san. Like, trainer is the light in their life. That is the most important person. Like, without trainer, they cannot function. And look, I get it. It's a gacha game with a bunch of girls for you to pull for, so that's kind of the whole shtick. But then you get to the anime, and you just, everything I just said about how the trainer is the light in their life, replace that with with whatever their respective rival is. Like their rival is now the light of their life, the main person driving them to be better and better. And the trainer is oftentimes feels like they're just pushed off to the side. Sometimes obviously Team Spica trainer does have his moments, like when he's researching all the different treatments to try to get Tokai Teo back as fast as possible. But beyond moments like that, especially in the 3rd season, I feel like the Team Spica trainer doesn't really do much. It almost feels like he's been de-emphasized. And even then, in places like Road to the Top and Beginning of a New Era, the trainer's not entirely the trainers for what I'm referring to specifically, Narita Top Road and Jungle Pocket. It's not as if they're entirely useless, but they're definitely a lot very, very de-emphasized compared to how the trainers treated, as the trainers treated in the game. And then there's weird ones, like this is what I call the weird ones, like Cinderella Grey and Star Blossom, where the the trainers of those stories themselves are almost like the secondary main characters. Like, you know, like Kitahara in Cinderella Grey and Tsubaki and Star Blossom, they all, you could argue that they're basically the secondary main character besides Oguri and Laurel respectively. So in a way you could argue that, you know, I guess in a weird sort of way, you can argue that Singray and Star Blossom are closer to the game in that aspect. Although even then, I honestly feel like there's still a very different vibe compared to how, say, Kitahara and Tsubaki are treated in their respective stories compared to how the trainer is treated in the gacha game. Yeah, so I don't know how many of you out there have watched all the Uma entries like I have, or maybe you did, but maybe you haven't checked out Star Blossom like I have. But that is definitely something I can't help but notice, how there's very clearly a very different vision regarding how to address certain aspects of the franchise depending on the different entries, and the trainer's definitely one of the more noticeable aspects. How important the trainer is completely dependent on what are you watching or reading at the moment. I guess a lot of it has to do with the fact that, at least to my knowledge, I don't think we know who is the writer for every single Umamusume story. Compared to something like FGO, for something like the Fate series, we know that the majority of Fate is written by Kinoko Nazu, the original creator of Fate Stay Night. Aside from a few writers here and there, like, say, the Urobocher wrote Fate Zero. The author of Durarara, I believe his name is Narita. He wrote Fate Strange Fate. And then there's Fate has a lot of writers, but at least for most of the time, Fate, we know who wrote what, and every single person who writes Fate has a very different perception of the French, of how Fate would work. Oh my god, please don't take it from me. Woo! Cafe got it! Yeah, there we go. There we go. Cafe win. Cafe dub. Don't have Crunchyroll. Haven't checked out the first 3 episodes of season 1 on YouTube, nor Road to the Top there. It wasn't available nearby theaters for me, and it's an run. Oh, Akapai, if you want to check out Road to the Top, it's actually available for free on Cygames' channel. Like, this is on, you know, the Japanese YouTube. I think it's called Pakachubu. Yeah, so what you want to do is that you want to go to the playlist, their playlist section. The moment you see a picture of NTR, it has about 6 videos. The first 4 are the episodes, by the way. That's the one that has Road to the Top. And you can just go to the subtitles, which are actually, they use the YouTube subtitle system itself to put the official subs in. So Road to the Top actually is the most accessible entry of the series, simply because as long as you have access to YouTube, you can watch it from anywhere in the world, and it has subtitles in English and Chinese. Yep, you can just check it out. For Cinderella Grey, I believe the episodes have been available for free. Again, procrastination, the way of not watching Daruma Yuru. No, okay, alright. Now, thank you for reminding me. That's the other animated entry I have not watched. So, the only animated entries I would be missing after Season 3 are Umayuru and the BNW OVA. Although, from what I heard, the BNW OVA hasn't been re-released since the very first time it came out. But honestly, I may as well. I'll probably just end up checking it out at some point, just to say, you know what, I'm missing so little just to say I watched every animated entry in Umamusume that I may as well just check it out. It'll cost me nothing at some point, maybe just a few minutes. At last, Manhattan Cafe achieves victory in round 1 of the Cancer Cup by winning winning by a dramatic 1 1/4 margin. Showed us her true potential with this amazing performance. Momentum will take her this far. Were you able to sleep last night, Manhattan Cafe? I was underwater in a violet sea, spinning in circles, chasing after jellyfish. Next thing I knew, this morning. I should definitely dump out Maru. The Maru's not Maruing. Cindergray episode safe and sound on my computer. Oh my god, that is totally illegal. You should not be doing that. You should watch it by my perfectly legal box. I mean, site. I mean, yeah, no. Okay, no. Actually, Cinderella Grey. So Cinderella Grey was talking about it. I believe it was available for free on YouTube several times. I don't know if it's available for free right now, but yeah, it's definitely yeah. The problem is that Crunchyroll and Cygames don't exactly see eye to eye, so because the overwhelming majority of anime andies nowadays just have Crunchyroll and nothing else, it means that a good chunk of the franchise is just inaccessible, you know, beyond just Road to the Top being on YouTube, because let's be real, like, if you have anyone on YouTube with a YouTube account can just watch that. But Sin Grey, I believe, was available on YouTube several times. There were several points where all episodes were available on YouTube. I gotta check the channel though. I forgot which channel had that. But it wasn't a fake thing, like, you know, back in the day when people would put anime with, and oh my god, Maru just surpassed Runaway Suzuka. Holy shit. She wants to win bad. She fought for that position. Damn. Maybe she heard me that I was gonna drop her out of the team and just said, ah, no, hell no. Time to lock the fuck in. Yeah, so Sin Grey was available multiple times for free, although it was only for a limited time, so it's not exactly a very consistent way to view it, I would say. There are definitely issues with trying to check out Sin Grey, because there's no consistent official way to watch it, like say Crunchyroll. There's definitely gonna be problems with people trying to check it out. Holy shit, that gold ship wants it. He wants to absolutely yoink it from Maru, but Maru built up such a massive length that, let's be real, if Gold Ship can actually take it at the end, then, you know what? Gold Ship's probably one of the few characters that could take it at the end, because the Gold Ship warp is very much real. And yeah, holy shit, that Gold Ship warp is very real. Yep, Gold Ship warp at the very end. Yeah, I thought for sure Maru was gonna take it. Oh man, Maru was gonna take it, but nah. Nah, it wasn't meant to be. All right, let me see. Rating. Medium. Distance. Oh. Oh, this is a Radiant Star. Yeah, no, this one's gonna be kind of shit. This one has head on, best in Japan. No, the funny thing is that I already have this one as my best in Japan character. For some reason, I thought for sure this one had faster than light epithet. Yeah, for some reason, faster than light is over here, while this one doesn't really have it. Maybe I should enter Tachyon here. Yeah, you know what? Let's enter Tachyon. Not gonna lie, that talk earlier about doing our Umamusume probably reminded me of this night-long conversation I had with my older brother about some personal life and advice he gave me. The fourth favorite, Agnes Tachyon. Oh, late start. Suzuka got late started. That is so sad. Thankfully, she's back up to the front for that. That could have been an absolute disaster if she got swallowed up by the crowd. And Suzuka got rushed, of course. Yeah. Late start and rushed is absolutely some bullshit. I forgot, or think I forgot I said advice. So I'm trying to retrace my steps and write it down. And hopefully, I ask my own to say it again in the words that better resemble what he said. Yeah, unfortunately, Tachyon got swallowed by the crowd, so she's unfortunately not gonna make it. Oh, Tachyon's not gonna make it. Cafe, it's up to you. Take it for us, Cafe. Oh my god, Rice Shower might take it. Yeah, Rice Shower is just absolutely dominating now. Unfortunately, I don't think Cafe can really pull this through. Unless she really just locks the fuck in. Rice Shower winning a Takarazuka Kenin. Now that's definitely a twist of fate. But yeah, when that whole conversation I had earlier about the way the different trainers were being handled in every entry of Umamusume did made me think about how would I handle the trainer in my Umamusume story? How would he work? Got my first 5-5, nice. Because it's probably very easy to just say, oh, just fuck him and just fuck him, just throw him away. He doesn't matter. Just have it be pure women on women action. Just have it. And yeah, I guess I could see the appeal of that. Obviously, it's worked pretty well for a lot of different stories, but at the same time, I think back to the stories I really like. Let's say Sin Gray and especially Star Blossom, where the trainer is very important in those. And it makes me think back to how I'm gonna write it and think, well, the ones I like definitely try to have the trainer a whole lot more involved than usual. So if I were to write an Uma story, I would definitely try to have the trainer about as involved as the ones from those two I mentioned. You do it? Oh man. Oh, Oguri took it at the last minute. Damn, that Oguri just joinked it. I don't think there's any way. I don't think there's any way to do it. Yeah, and there's... That guy works really well with Suzuka and Maru. Oh, nice. I should definitely try that one for the next run. Because there is no way. Actually, maybe I should. I was thinking there was no way I'm gonna rebuild anything right now for this CM, but then I realized, wait a minute, I could just wait for Throne to come out tomorrow and try to use something and try to cook some nonsense with Throne. So I guess you could say that these results don't actually matter. It's the results that come in tomorrow's round 1, part 2 that decide how everything will work out.
先頭はサイレンス鈴鹿単身で飛ばして行きます先頭から大きく離されて2番手は三輪早秀3番手にオグリーキャップ9番アグネス・ターキオ並んでくる内を回って3番アグネス・ターキオここまでが先頭集団先頭
Alright, there we go. Takion moving up.
続いて3番アグネス・ターキオ向こう上面に入って先頭はサイレンス鈴鹿サイレンス鈴鹿まだリードをキープしています続きました三輪早秀3番手3番アグネス・ターキオやっと見えたこれが私だけのそしてオグリーキャップ外から行く9番アグネス・ターキオおよそ5馬身開いてスペシャルウィークその後 3,4 馬身開いて2番さあ可能性を導き出そう8番ゴールドチップ並んでくるそしてその後ろから行くのはマンハッタンカフェサイレンス鈴鹿先頭を進みますがこれは正解でしょうかサイレンス鈴鹿彼女の客室には合っていますねまもなく第4コーナーカー
Oh, 5 head might take it. I hope not, but 5 head might take it.
タイミングで誰が仕掛けるのかまだ差があるここから先頭を捉えるとは出てくるのか3番アグネス・タキオン前を狙っているぞ最終コーナー
I think 5 head overtook. Well, that's it. It's over.
ここで抜け出した三輪早秀
Unless the gold ship steals it, that'd be funny.
残り200 3番アグネス・タキオン追いすがる三輪早秀
Takion, no! Nah, Hayahida took it.
勝ったのは三輪早
この結果実験は成功だね
You got close, but now. Started my first career current time to get through a start and prepare train her for a sprint CM. Is there a sprint CM coming anytime soon?
息を合わせて
Because I actually gotta ask, is this the last CM that we're gonna get in Track Blazer? And then every CM onwards would be during Grand Concert. And yes, we actually know what every single career mode is gonna be called from now in the future. I believe the official release of the soundtrack on Spotify did show what everything localized sounds like, and yes, we know for a fact Grand Concert is what they'll call Grand Live. It's probably not really a surprise considering Raibu is just what they call concerts over in Japan, but it's just to be absolutely certain.
1コーナーからそして2コーナーへ向かっていきます。前から大きく開きました。隊列は縦長になっています。
各自自分のペースを保っているようですね。
依然として2番サイレンス鈴鹿続きました日本のブルボン1馬身差3番サイレンス鈴鹿その後オグリキャップ少し離れてアグネスタキオン
Grand Live will be less free to play friendly than Track Blazer. Yeah, I heard. But it will be time friendly since it takes less time to complete than Track Blazer. And in the end, that is helpful. That is absolutely an improvement, regardless of how everything else works. The upcoming Leo CM is a sprint race. Oh wow, sprint in a Track Blazer. Wrong. The fuck is wrong with Psy Games? A sprint CM mid Track Blazer is not a good choice. I'm not even gonna call it. That's certainly a choice. No, I'm just straight up saying that's absolutely not a choice. On top of having to get mile and medium, you want us to get sprint too? Nah, these people are losing their marbles. These people are absolutely losing their marbles. At least I don't have to run 40 races and waste 1 hour anymore. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Even if someone will try to say, well, actually, objectively, Grand Live is worse in every single way, we're just gonna think, dude, we don't have to spend an hour for a single run. That as far as we're concerned, that mode can do whatever the fuck it wants. Whatever the fuck else it wants. We are free. We are free from Track Blazer. Champions meeting, Cancer Cup. Next up, Leo Cup. Okay. Just check this out on the other monitor. Alright, let's see. So, Leo Cup is 1200 meters, a sprint, turf, Nakayama racetrack, right-handed, and sunny summer day with firm conditions. Sprint sims are tedious. Dude, just imagine just imagine how bad trying to do sprint is when you also have to get mile and medium sparks. Yeah, all I can say is that I sincerely hope they just put Grand Concert in the middle of this CM at the absolute latest. It needs to come out before the CM. Because at least it will be slightly less painful if we can do it anywhere else. We just need the opportunity to do it anywhere else. Alright, Tachyon, you can make it. Why not? But I can dream. Yeah, so I remember for Sprint CM, I believe it was... I'm a real chief, I'm straight up skipping that CM. I don't blame you. Because because good sprint horses are hard to come by. I mean, if you don't want it, your options for Sprint CM are what? Bakushin and what else? You don't exactly have much of a choice in. It's basically your options for Sprint, Andy, are very limited. I mean, shit is at least for. Okay, yeah, so at least for when it comes to something like mile or even medium, you could. Mile, medium are the standard. Long, you can make it work because it just so happens that a lot of medium horses have at least a B in long, which is absolutely workable. Hell, Maru has a C in long, which in my opinion is absolutely workable. It's Sprint that is just absolutely horrifying to try to work with. I think my other main problem with doing my Nippo Teo and the other one is was other opera like drawing or language learning is I don't know how to balance them all, make a schedule that make me focus on important stuff like schoolwork first, hobbies, and literally on the other hand, I do the thing when I don't want to just do things when I feel like that's no good. Yeah, Oguri cap. I guess Oguri. I guess technically, yeah, you can just with enough sprint sparks, you can just make Oguri run everything. Yeah, Oguri. You should just be able to run Oguri on everything. Actually, I'm not gonna use the ticket here because right now I believe I have. Did I already use up the ticket? Did I already use the ticket? Did I already use the ticket?
レースにエントリー
Entered. Oh, I already entered. Oh, shit. I think I have to use it then.
出走登録するウマ娘を
Yeah, I have to use it then. Whoops. I wasn't planning on using it, but I guess I have to use it now. Different from waiting for the right moment to start them to work on more. I don't know how to do it all without treating them as chores of not feeling joy from it. Honestly, I feel like there's definitely going to be times when you do something you really want, and there's going to be some aspect about it that makes you think, oh, this isn't fun anymore. But the way I go about that is you should just try to balance it better. Say, if something is starting to feel tedious, you can just take a break from it. You don't have to always go 100% on it. You can just take a long week break from it and see how you feel about it later. And then you can just go back to it after about a week. Obviously, yeah, you need to, this is the type of thing that if you want to have any skill in anything, like learning a new language, for example, I do feel like there's definitely a huge part of it that requires a lot of discipline on your part. That's definitely something I learned a lot on my journey to try to learn Japanese. It's not so much that language learning, it's not whether or not it's hard or not. Some people find learning languages easier than others depending on their upbringing or stuff. But it's more so about your discipline. Just how serious you're going at it over and over and over. Because not obviously some people are gonna move slower than others. Maybe you won't learn as fast as other people are within the same class, but the important thing is that you have to be consistent. You have to be constantly going at it. You don't have to be going at it literally every day. Shit, you don't have to be going at it literally every week, but as long as you're going at it, as long as you're actually doing something related to the thing, you at least have the discipline to stick with it. That's the biggest thing I've seen. You have to actually stick with it. And El Corner Pasta can be considered strong, but you need like 2 sprint sparks to get her ass. Yeah, that's the problem. Trying to get sprint to a high value, and the problem is that in addition to getting sprint to high value, I also heard that Turf S is apparently very important in sprint. You want Turf S arguably more than Sprint S, allegedly, according to some YouTube Andes. Yeah, like I said, the important thing is, say, for example, every now and then I'm doing some writing when it comes for my Umamusume story, and it's not like I'm going at it as fast as I possibly can. I definitely know for sure I could be spending more time writing it, say, for example, right here when I'm streaming, but the way I see it is that streaming is aside from something I also want to do in addition to writing, is also a way for me to just take a break, because you shouldn't be expected to go at everything you want to do at 100% all the time. You can just it's okay to just take a break from it. Oh my god, the Maru's just shitting all over Suzuka. There we go, finally. Oh, so is it me, or did the frame rate there suddenly shit itself? That's really weird. Usually it's not that. Usually pretty consistent otherwise. Front also considered bad in sprint. Wait, can you elaborate on that, please? For some reason, I was going to assume that front was bad in sprint, but why exactly is? Well, I mean, that front is good in sprint. That's what I assumed. That front is good in sprint. But why is front bad in sprint? Would you elaborate, please? I don't seem to really get it. But for sure that if it's shorter, it would mean that front has an easier chance of fronting. But if front isn't the best in sprint, then what is pace? Is pace the best?
直線へ向かう。
ここからスパート、一気にレースが動きます。
さあいよいよ直線だ。どのタイミングで誰が仕掛けるのか。まだ差がある。先頭を捉える子は出てくるのか。さあこれから坂、右側の舞台はこれから坂がある。食い下がるセイヨンスカイ、マルゼンスキー、強すぎる。完全に抜け出した。200を通過。
Yeah, I would have to look that up. That is just very odd that front would be considered bad in sprint. The only way I can see that making sense is if, to compensate for how powerful front should be, that the other styles got some hidden excel bonus that front didn't get. That is the only way I can see it justified, is if all the other classes got some unique multiplier that's hidden from the player to try to even the odds, but Cygames fucked up the numbers at the back behind the scenes, and now everything is just way higher than it needs to be. There's a mechanic for pace late and that they're coming up too fast near front pace late in order they will drop back.
4番人気9番アグネスタキオ。
ライバルたちは強力ですが、構想を期待したい。
Oh, you mean the pace down mechanic? Yeah, I know about the pace down mechanic. But what does that have to do with front being suboptimal in the sprint? There, does that mechanic not exist in sprint? That'd be really weird. Yes, pace down. Yeah. So does the pace down mechanic just not exist in sprint? Or is it significantly nerfed to the point that it doesn't matter as much as Cygames would want it to? But this mechanic is over really fast in the sprint, which causes front to space themselves long. Front to space themselves long enough to win against pace. Okay, I think I get what you're trying to say. Yeah, that essentially, yeah, to space themselves long to not win against. Yeah, so essentially that the pace down mechanic doesn't last long enough to affect pace and late to the point they actually have a shot in sprint, which is good for sprint, which is good for those classes, but it does seem like front wasn't given anything to compensate, which absolutely feels like an oversight. Oh, yeah. Like I said earlier about the upcoming story chapter, I can't promise I'll be here exactly when it drops, but I'll try to be back as soon as I can so I can get to reading the new chapter and doing some runs with Throne. Actually, tomorrow might be a very long stream. That's kind of crazy to think about, that tomorrow might actually be a very, very long stream, because you see there's the new story chapter to do, then there's the I want to do a few runs with Throne, and just the CM runs, which take about quite a bit of themselves. Yeah. Damn, that tomorrow is gonna be pretty crazy. I definitely have to try to come back as early as I can to try to get streaming as much as I can. I want to get through all of that tomorrow in one go. I know I don't have to do the story chapter the day it comes out, but I want to get my reaction to it out as quickly as I can.
少し離れて4番アグネスタキオン、後ろキングヘイロー、そしてその後方には6番アグネスタキオン、2コーナー回って向こう正面、順位を振り返っていきます。依然先頭は
That is a hell of a gap that Suzuka's creating, and fortunately, Seiun Sky is managing to keep up.
これが私だけの少し離れてオグリキャップ、すぐに続いてテイエムオペラ王、キングヘイロー、ここにいた2馬身差6番アグネスタキオン、ナイスネイチャー並んでくる。さあ可能性を導き出そう。少し後ろからマンハッタンカフェ、サイレンス鈴鹿先頭を進みますが、これは正解でしょうか。
サイレンス鈴鹿、彼女の客室には合っていますね。
先頭サイレンス鈴鹿、レースはよどみなく進んでいます。およそ5馬身。
Oh my, Suzuka's actually keeping it up. Nice.
第4コーナーカーブ。
ウマ娘たちがどう
Did you imagine it? Oh no. Oh, I just saw that. I saw Seiun Sky just lock the fuck in. Oh boy, she just locked the fuck in.
まだ1馬身以上の差があるぞ。ここから捉えることができるのか。最後のコーナー。先頭
Come on, Tachyon.
追い上げてくる子はまだ2馬身後ろ。突っ込んでくる4番。
Tachyon, come on. Oh my god, she's doing it. Oh my god. There we go. There we go. Woohoo! Tachyon, take it. Tachyon takes it.
4番アグネスタキオン、ライバルに打ち勝ち、見事大きな1勝を手にしました。2着セイユンスカイ、3着はキングヘイロー。これが研究の成果さ。
Let's see here. The racer with no limits. Agnes Tachyon against the lineup of tough competitors at the Cancer Cup. Round 1. Agnes Tachyon pulled through a first place finish. She overcame her recent adversity and put on a spectacular show. If she's this good already, we've got a lot to look forward to. Agnes Tachyon, do you have anything to say about your opponents? There were specimen who far exceeded my calculations. Brilliant! This is what makes racing so entertaining.
目指す場所は一つ。
Oh, that's one win. So this run didn't go completely to waste. Like I said, I didn't intend to run this one. It was just a misclick. It's not a huge mistake. It's not game-endingly bad. I was just kind of hoping to save the ticket for tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe I won't end up doing that many throne runs in general. Hold on. I gotta be right back.
「ウマ娘たちが全身全霊をかけて臨みます」。さあ一番人気の紹介です。ここまで無敗、三冠ウマ娘オグリキャップ、この評価は少し不満か。2番人気はこの子、ここまで無敗、三冠ウマ娘ゴールドシップ、注目の三冠ウマ娘アグネスタキオン、1枠1番での出走。
気合十分いい顔してますね。
ゲートイン完了、出走の準備が整いました。スタートです。各ウマ娘揃って綺麗なスタートを切りました。
誰が先頭に抜け出すか注目しましょう。
サイレンス鈴鹿とミホノブルボン、この2人が競り合っているぞ。期待通りの結果を出せるか。1番人気オグリキャップ、サイレンス鈴鹿快調に飛ばしていきます。さあ花に立ったのはサイレンス鈴鹿、このままリードすることができるか。先頭から大きく離されて、2番手はセイウンスカイ、3番手にはミホノブルボン、4番手オグリキャップ。第1コーナー回って第2コーナー、先頭がやや速いのか間延びした展開です。
仕掛けどころの難しいレースになりそうですね。
先頭は変わらずサイレンス鈴鹿、続きましたセイウンスカイ、1馬身離れてミホノブルボン、4馬身差オグリキャップ、5番手アグネスタキオン、大きく離れてマンハッタンカフェ、1馬身離れてゴールドシップ、1馬身差グラスワンダー。向こう上面に入って先頭からしんがりまでおよそ20馬身、順位を振り返っていきます。サイレンス鈴鹿まだリードをキープしています。続いてセイウンスカイ、3番手。やっと見えた、これが私だけのオグリキャップ、ここにいた。追いつきたいあなたに。その後ろにアグネスタキオン、大きく離れてマンハッタンカフェ、後からゴールドシップ、1馬身差グラスワンダー、2馬身差エイシンフラッシュ。サイレンス鈴鹿先頭を進みますが、これは正解でしょうか。
サイレンス鈴鹿、彼女の客室には合っていますね。
依然先頭はサイレンス鈴鹿1馬身離れて星雲スカイ、その後ろからミホノブルボン、まもなく第4コーナーカーブ。
内から来るか外から来るか、最後の局面です。
さあいよいよ直線だ。どのタイミングで誰が仕掛けるのか。まだ1馬身以上の差があるぞ。ここから捉えることができるのか。最終コーナー、最初に立ち上がったのはサイレンス鈴鹿、オグリキャップ。完全に抜け出したオグリキャップ。このまま押し切れるか。オグリキャップ、足色は衰えない。残り200、オグリキャップ。リードは2馬身。速い速い。2番手争いは声優スカイ、サイレンス鈴鹿。後ろを突き放してオグリキャップゴールイン。圧巻の走りでレースを制した。勝ったのはオグリキャップ。ライバルに打ち勝ち、見事大きな1勝を手にしました。2着声優スカイ、3着はサイレンス鈴鹿。
That's probably the closest Suzuka ever got to winning, actually.
研究に終わりはないよ、モルモット君。
See, this is what it's supposed to look like. See, entry 1, 3, yeah.
私に見えるもの、あなたが
Alright, what can we do?
それらが全く同じではないとして。
That didn't exactly end all that great. Random research I found. Nippoteo's Dam, Chiyoda Misako, is descended from the 1967 US Double Crown Horse of the Year Damascus, who is a son of the 1959 Horse of the Year Sword Dancer.
おかしなことがあれば
I win once with Runaway Suzuka, never again. Yeah, it's kinda... Yeah, at least he won once with her. Kinda wish that he'd win more times than that for me, but... I guess that's just on me for not building her correctly.
トリックスター、その一言で十分ではないでしょうか。
let me see what that-
どんな色も混ざり合えば黒になる。
What do we got? What do we got here?
レースにエントリーする
That. On that. Let's see. I guess you could try training something for sprint, although in all honesty, considering Throne is coming out very soon, and Grand Live also just around the corner, I'm not sure how useful it will be to try to do some sprint thing, sprint anything now. Let's see, what are we on? I guess Maru? Nah, fronting for sprint, so maybe not Maru.
サイレンス鈴鹿です。
Suzuka would be funny, but no, we can't possibly bring her. She can't possibly work.
おう、動くから。
Try by distance and go by sprint. Oh yes, actually yeah, Taiki works. I could try Taiki. Besides, she only has an E in medium, right? That's doable. Right, guys, that's doable. Right? G in medium is so bad. Yes, probably possible. With a big probably. Skip medium. Yeah, I mean, it kind of have to for if I'm gonna run current, for example. What's the non-medium schedule for Track Blazer even look like, though? She can run dirt. I don't think it's worth it for me to... Oh, right. Yeah, for Taiki. No, you're right. Yeah, with a B in dirt, I guess you do. It does make sense that it's not really worth to try to root force her to medium when you can just run the dirt cups instead. Okay. Asahi High Futurity Stakes. Yeah, that kind of funny how Hopeful Stakes was very difficult to win at first, and then that probably became arguably worse than that. Arguably became a lot worse. Okay. Turf, medium. I kind of don't want that actually. Turf, medium. Turf, front, mile. I was gonna list out all the sprint mile G ones and hit send a little too early. Yeah, at least with mile, there are quite a few that are dirt G1s, so you do have that to look forward to with Taiki at least. Yeah, we can just bring this. So what's the strat here? Let me see. What do we got? I believe Taiki is speed, width. So just focus on the zero in on those attributes. Let me see, Leo Cup. Does Leo require, is it summer? Yeah, summer day, so we could get Summer Runner. Where is Summer Runner? Right there. Right here, that's Summer Runner. I guess I could just bring this. Wait, race bonus is 5%, which is kind of stinky. Five, this is 10, 20, 30. Anything else I'm missing here? I guess I could give this one a shot. Where is the shot? One I'm gonna give a shot. This is 15, 25, 35, 45, 55. We hit it with this one right here. Right. Yeah, new patch notes. You guys check out the new patch notes. They are very vague, but allegedly, we have amazing updates coming soon with the new affinity changes. Apparently, the only thing that will matter for affinities for parent farming is just G1s. All you gotta care about. You won't anything lower than a G1 won't matter for parent farming. And I believe there's going to be a maintenance on July 1st, which I don't know if that means we're getting Grand Concert on July 1st or if we're just getting the balance changes and then we're getting Grand Concert a bit later. I have to check the schedule. What are we expecting to get next? Because last I checked, the banner with Light Hello and Speed Tachyon, that is the first banner of Grand Concert. So because that is just around the corner, we have to pay attention to that. That will be what decides what happens. More like it decides when it happens. It's gonna be pretty interesting to see. We're finally gonna... We check Hans.moe. And what is the timeline? Yeah, so the timeline, we click on the timeline. And right now we are 1 day away from the Naruto Brian Seiun Sky banner and Throne, more importantly, Throne coming out. The banner immediately after that. So within that first week of July, we're gonna get the summer banner. Oh boy, that summer banner. That is as you all know, the summer banner is the most important banner of any gacha game. And in this specific gacha game, what you want to go for is the card banner. The card banner has the Summer Maruzensky card, which apparently is really, really good. Of course, Summer Maruzensky is getting a rerun alongside... What's that one card called again? Fine Motion. Fine Motion. Fine Motion and Summer Maru in the same banner. That sounds way better. I am going to say for that one specifically.
ここは負けられない一番人気6番待機者
Kokura stakes. Yeah, we want to do as many sprints as possible, so I'm just gonna go for the one. They sprint there instead. I am prepped for Light Hello Tachyon support banner. Got 70 plus scout tickets and 70,000 carries. Good luck, man. You're gonna need all the luck you can for a fucking card banner. Those are just evil. Those are just evil. Okay, so after the summer banner, we are getting within that following week, Bamboo Memory and Yukino Bijin. And a Yukino Bijin, Ikuno Dictus Guts card. I don't remember if we already had the Ikuno Foot card. So, Champions Meeting Leo Cup. Okay, so from what I see, it is coming out before Light Hello. That kind of stinks, but yeah. I was really hoping it would come out before the next CM. It looks like the next CM is at least Grand Concert is happening. Wait, why did you win the mood down? Wait, I look away for 1 second. Academic Crisis, of course. Of course. Wait for 1 second and an Academic Crisis is going on. I hope so. I was really lucky when I pulled for a star Kashimoto and MLB after 200 pulls with 4 copies. Pretty last one. I hope to recreate that luck. You get a full card is a thing. Someone got a copy with an extra murder too. Nice. Yes, I knew it was already out. I just wasn't 100% sure about it. Oh, we already have it. Nice. Sick. We already have the recreation events. Okay, so July, the estimated time for Grand Concert is allegedly July 22nd. July 22nd is the day that Grand Concert drops alongside Light Hello and Speed Tachyon. Gonna be a real exciting time. Finally throwing away Track Blazer. Now, I'm not gonna, when that banner drops, I'm not gonna immediately throw all my tickets and stuff at that banner because I believe we should have a lot of free pulls that are going to be coming in the few days. It's not gonna be all within the same day. The free pulls are within several days of each other. Ideally, I would want to pull at the end of the free pulls period. Winning ticket. I want these. Oh, yeah, I'll grab the cupcake and the other and the power manual afterwards. Probably should have grabbed the cupcake first, now that I think about it. And just instant used it, although now I believe I should be able to just save it. Assuming I get the mood ups I need. Yeah, I think I know it's crazy to just use this now, but I'm confident it's not gonna, the mood isn't gonna affect me too much here. Understand? Oh, unfortunately, before the release of Grand Live, there is another cafe card that I have to skip out on. Because unfortunately, as much as I want to collect all the cafe cards, I am actually a fake I'm just a fake ass. I'm a fake fan, really, because I have to focus on the meta. I have to focus on the meta card. So sorry, Cafe. I cannot grab all the Cafe cards. Oh, it's funny because I was looking into the real life cards in, say, Shadowverse and I believe the other one's called what was the other one called again? I think it was Weiss Schwartz. Yeah, so Weiss Schwartz, and I was looking into maybe if I can't get all the cafe cards in the game, I could try to collect cafe cards in real life. I believe, yo, Resnik, Nikira. Oh, I didn't notice you were there. Yeah, I was. Yeah, everything's doing well. Just playing, just chilling with the game now. Cafe, yes, I am a fake gamer girl for Cafe. Indeed. And I was looking into how much it would cost to grab the Cafe cards from Shadowverse, and I believe one of them was about $300, something crazy like that. I would love to get them and frame them and everything, but unfortunately, that's just way too expensive. If I wasn't already writing Umamusume and paying Juan for the art assets, I would likely consider it. But as it stands, nah, I gotta make sure that I budget properly, and don't waste it on nonsense like that. Actually, yeah, I should grab this. This is like one turn away from dying. Go. -10. You draw Uma comic? No, I am not drawing the Umamusume comics. I am working with an artist, and my input is writing the story. So I came up with a whole scenario for an Umamusume story that takes place in Puerto Rico. And at the moment, Juan is doing all the character designs and art for that. Yeah, you should definitely check it out. It's over in should be in my community tab. I have several other YouTube videos talking about that too. So let's see. Probably grab one of these two. I asked him. Maybe Philly's review? And either Falcon Steaks or Spring Steaks, one of the two. I'll try to save Falcon Steaks for now. And from here, I'll grab Okusho. Not sure what I'm gonna do after this though. HK, so definitely must have. Can't go for either of these. Fortunate. Can't go for Yasukinen. Japan Dirt Derby. I can't do that one, unfortunately, because it's the medium dirt race. Oh, check it out. Thanks, man. I have all the info on that linked up. Maybe I should do this. Yeah, I'll take the speed training, and then with the free time I have, I should be able to hit the requirements. I'm serious. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think I have enough time, do I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I actually think I do have enough. I think think I should have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I need to actually sacrifice this. There you go. And then everything else just stays the same. Okay, so we got start doing from the top. Speed. I have a lot more to talk about. Why serious? Me? Why serious me? I guess I'm just focused right now. Serious card. All right. Right, yeah, we did that. Yeah, actually, wait, hold on. Did it show up, didn't she? Nice then. Yeah, Team Serious card, of course. Apparently, one of the patch notes is actually about the pure passion shit you get from Team Serious. Did you know? Apparently, they're fixing it so that it actually lasts longer. They're fixing the RNG on this goofy RNG card. I mean, it's kind of late when you think about it, because Grand Concert, I mean, is just around the corner. How much can you? I guess the pure passion fix is just in time, mostly for Throne. It's just in time for Throne, so people can sweat out Throne for one last CM, and then get it at essentially full power for about half a month, and then the other half we just forget this all happened. Last time I used 2 turns only. Yeah, you see, the maximum amount it can last is 2 turns, but there are times, for me at least, where it just does not appear. Apparently they're fixing it, so not only does it last longer than 2 turns, apparently it has a higher chance of actually sticking to one of your different training shits. It's very good, because there are times when I get Team Serious bullshit, and it just disappears almost instantaneously without me actually getting to use it in summer, which makes me feel like shit. So I'm just gonna sped up. That pure passion lasts me a single fuck ass turn at times. Apparently, objectively speaking, it can last an absolute minimum of 2 turns, but within those 2 turns, it's not guaranteed to actually stick to anything worthwhile. It's so fucked up. Yeah, you can the game can actually just tell you to go fuck yourself, and you are just RNG screwed out of pure passion. And the sad part, you wanna know what the really sad part about all this is? The really sad part is that allegedly, the Team Serious card is how Cygames expects free-to-play players to hit UG rank. And it is possible, apparently. People have shown it can be done. Even as a free-to-play or low spender, but man, there's just some insane levels of RNG that you have to go through. You have to go through layers and layers of RNG for something that, when you really think about it, is it even worth it? Is it actually worth it? Probably not. Race 3 instead of 2 in a row. Yes, I should. Yeah, I should. I know. No, I absolutely have to do that. -10. Hey, there we go. Barely hang on. Go! The UGF guys, yeah. Yeah, you gotta race. Yeah, this whole shtick is about racing as much as possible. Even if it means doing bullshit like running 5 races in a row. Apparently I saw that. There's an Oguri schedule someone did that they managed to hit UG with. But it requires you to run something like 5 races in a row. Something insane like that. Give me more speed. Grab that. The resting is very bad. Racing and risk -30 stat. Racing and risking -30 stats is better. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I heard that too. That you have to absolutely race at all times. You are not racing. You are wasting. You are wasting everyone's time. Overall stats jump by +100. Oh, nice. That already hammered? Yep, already hammered. Versus Seeking the Pearl. Understand? I think for this one. Want that. Wait, I don't have any. Holy shit. Might actually. Oh god. I want this for sure. And I want this. Okay. Special week. Go on a date with her, and then Yasakinen. -10. Yuri. Okay, yeah, give me the mood up. There we go. And da. Whew. So grand concert is coming out, but halfway into next month. I'm gonna head out. Happy racing. Alright, good night, Ledger. Yeah. Can I buy it? Can I even buy anything? Nope. Not even. Oh, that's crazy. I wish I had an ankle. Of course. Yeah, Team Series, I did take advantage of both turns it appeared in, and it was pretty good at both, but it still disappeared just instantaneously. Is for parent or for ace? I'm trying to, I guess I'm trying to ace it up, although I'm gonna be honest, even if this is for an ace, it's very likely just gonna end up getting tossed to the side once Throne comes out. Stakes, printer stakes. Any of these? One stakes. Japan Breeders' Cup Sprint and the Mile Championship and the Champions Ace. Cannot do Tokyo Daishoten because no medium kick W. What's your plan on sprint? My plan is Prey. But no, seriously, for sprint, I'm probably just gonna try to see if bringing 5 more episodes race left when you complete chapter 1 or the main story. No, definitely enjoy it, man. Don't rush through it. Just enjoy it. It's actually, I would say that the story is definitely one of the highlights of this game. And the gameplay is whatever. It will, gacha games will do gacha bullshit, but story will be what makes all those long nights worth it. There's so many things I don't want to give up. That, yeah, 1, 2, 3. That's about it. Alright, then we... I feel like I have to grab something here. 1200, right? What's this? Plus 1200. 800 is not standard. That's standard. I don't think that. I think that. No, that's not standard. I was thinking maybe grabbing standard distances. Yeah, I'm not sure here. Pace corner, pace straight away. Savvy. I increase velocity when positioned towards the front upon approaching late race. Nice. Acceleration. Resistance. There you go. Versus Maruzansky. Well, the ticket is still on doing 1 or 2 episodes after finishing daily missions. Join the high quality storytelling with the different camera angles, full voice acting. Yeah, yeah, it's one of the favorite things that even though it's doing more, it's definitely a visual novel. The 3D models allows it to have pretty interesting camera angles. make it feel pretty dynamic. Okay, firm condition is a must.
お疲れ様ですトレーナーさん。
That, I want that.
何を交換しますか？
Grab that. Actually, I could just do this. What am I doing? I just realized, what am I doing?
トレーナ
What am I actually doing?
ーやってみせます。
Wit could be witting. On stakes. That's complete. And the JVC Sprint versus Mark Falcon.
注目の一番人気
Alright, give me 1 minute. I'll be right back.
実力は完全に
Man, before I leave though, there's something about sunset races and nighttime races. They're just the mood, the vibe is so good, even in real life.
ここ大井レース場に砂の疾風が巻き起こるダートレースのスピード決戦 JBC スプリント。虎視眈々と上位を狙っています。3番人気はオグリキャップ、2番人気を紹介しましょう。スマートファルコン。威風堂々とスタートを待つのはこの馬娘。ここまで無敗、桜花賞馬娘待機シャトル1番人気です。
好レースが期待できそうな素晴らしい雰囲気ですね。
各馬娘ゲートに入って体勢整いました。スタート。各馬娘揃って綺麗なスタートを切りました。
これは位置取りが熾烈になりそうですね。
Well, I don't know. The funny thing is that allegedly groundwork is pretty good for pace chasers because, from what I heard, the theory is that in the lobby with multiple pace chasers, you want to be at the top, and groundwork helps you get to the front more easily. Again, I don't know how true this is. Could just be bullshit. Could just be someone talking out of their ass. Some content creator Andy's decided to spread some misinfo to fuck up the competition. Da-da.
しますか？ありがとうございます。大切に使ってください。トレーナーさん、よろしく。またレース。
Yep. Another race. Now, get in there. Versus Akebon.
注目の位置。次のレースも風穴開けます。
I've never seen more misinfo than Umamusume. I'll say, from the did you know fun facts about all the IRL horses the girls are based on, to shit about the gameplay that should have been solved 5 years ago. It is insane. I guess the crazy thing is that because of the for CM15 you should max wit. So is that the is that the real strat, or is that the gaslight dancer strat? I'm just kidding. I know it's probably real. I mean, it makes sense because sprint is probably the wit maxing course out of all the 4 types. Oh damn. Make sure you're running triple pace. For real? No, what I read. Alright. All gaslighting, yeah. Yeah, it's funny because I remember there was a horse called, I think in America, I mean, called Gaslight Dancer, and that, let's just say that one became very popular when Uma went global. All gaslighting, it's still all front runners. Really? If front runners is good in sprint, that's interesting, because there was someone in my chat who just told me that front is actually the worst class you can run in sprint, because apparently the way the mechanics work are that, from what's been described to me, is that the pace down mechanic is significantly nerfed, so everything gets a buff except front. So the idea is to run anything else. Tokai stakes. If you grouped up all the best Uma guides, they'll never agree. I just want to do... could you imagine that? And same with the Umamusume content creators. Could you imagine if all of the Umamusume content creators all got in the same Discord call or something like that on stream, and they all showed what guides they all came up with, and it's just completely different. So now they're forced to accuse everyone else of making shit up, or else they lose credibility. That would be so funny. Oh, this is my life. G3, G2 Hunter. versus El Condor Pasa.
注目の一
Condor Pasa. Just give me Summer Runner. Nope. Versus Smart Falcon.
ここは負けられない
I think what I've learned is to get the best stamina, just do 10-15 runs a day. Yeah, just get infinite free time and do 10-15 runs a day. I could have told you that. I get it. It is advice. It absolutely is legit advice. That's real. It's just, man.
ここは負けられない
Just get 50. Set aside 15 hours of your day every day, and you'll be Gucci. Let's see here. Already wasted the hammer, so we gotta go in this place as is. Versus Akebon. -10. Oh, it's -4. Not, we didn't really have enough either way. Operation, let's do it. Give me turf. Give me turf. That is not turf. Wait, that's mild though. I thought it was turf. I have this one. More than one. Probably one. One more. Miles up.
注目の位置
Oh, may as well put that Miles to good use, even though we don't actually need it. Just gonna ask for help translating JP stories, but I'm certain his fluency isn't as great as before. I might have asked him. Yeah, if you know anyone that can help you translate it, you definitely should. You know anyone that can help you translate it, you absolutely should at least give it a shot to ask them.
注目の一
Spring, we got Spring Runner, not Summer. Understand? Oh, we don't have any megaphones. Holy shit. We just actually fucked up horribly here. It's not so much fucked up. It's not really my fault that the game decided to RNG screw me.
注目の一
Understand? Oh, okay, that won't work. This. I want this. This, that. Got S, smile, medium, and long in one inspiration. Amazing. It's everything except what you actually need. Yeah, that's usually how it goes, fortunately. Get the inspos for everything except the one thing you want. Yeah, personally, I don't really dumpster runs regardless if it's going bad or not because I just can't be bothered to actually just dumpster an entire run. I may as well, if I'm doing a run, I may as well just wrap it up. Get all the bonuses from when I'm running. I need the banners. Which one are you talking about? The Summer Maru or Light Hello? Oh, that's pretty good actually. Never end the run early unless it's acupuncture. Yeah, I get you. I heard there are some people that just dumpster a run if the first shop isn't good. That just sounds crazy to me. How could you just dumpster an entire run? Because the shop is fucked up. That doesn't make any sense to me. I get from an emotional standpoint why they do it. It's really frustrating to try and then see that, suspect that your run's gonna be absolutely cursed. Some of the most cursed bullshit imaginable. Dumpster run if you have a lot of money, yeah, and patient, and yeah, I guess if you just have a lot of money, you can absolutely just dumpster a whole run over and over until you get the perfect run, and that's how you get your aces. But in all honesty, I feel like that just feeds into the feelings of being frustrated with the game. If you're just literally dumpstering an entire daily run over something like that, then I honestly feel like you're just getting so frustrated that I would just tell you, look, man, just call it off. You should probably just take a break from the game. Can't do 15 runs a day. It means Sashas, I mean Japanese derby. 15 runs a day. I mean, if you're dumpstering runs over and over, I can see how 15 runs a day is possible. If you're just dumpstering as soon as the first shop gives you trouble. So in that case, you could probably do about 10 runs in 1 hour. Because most of those runs don't actually happen. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's insane. That's actually insane. Fukitaro didn't do +7 dumpster. Yeah, now you understand. Now that's real gaming. They're real gaming if you want to keep Fuku around. It's funny you should say that because I'm pretty sure Fuku just instantly failed the first attempt of her first event. So I haven't seen her at all since year 1. And it's been happening a lot lately. It's definitely been very common to just not see Fuku at all. I don't think I need the speed ankles now that I think about it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to cap speed no matter what. So, because I'm very likely going to cap speed no matter what, I believe that the thing I should do is focus on wit. I believe as long as I focus on wit, I should be absolutely fine. I'm up. Yes, Mataresu. Now go in there. -10? Ah, what? It's an alright shot. So big front will still be meta in sprint? I hope not. I hope not, because if I have to see Valentine's Bourbon again in sprint, I might actually scream. I may actually just lose it completely if I have to see Bourbon again, even in sprint. I'm training Choco Bourbon now. You know what? It's fair. I get it because she's literally one of the best characters in the game right now. You'd have to be the most easy bake oven front of all time. You'd have to be crazy not to run her if you already have her. You know, you may as well, right? You got her for a reason. You pulled her for a reason. You may as well. You'd be doing yourself a disservice if you decide not to use her.
ファミリーやフレンズにはライブを見てもらいたいですからトレーニング
Leave now. This.
トレ
Let's see. What can we do here? Yeah, I think I just have to do click width over and over. That's who got the S smile through long. Oh wow, that's silly. Hey, who knows? Maybe she can up your rank in team trials. Yeah, maybe at the end of the day, maybe just maybe she might up your team trials rank. I shouldn't have clicked that, honestly. I feel like that was absolutely not the play. I was hoping Pure Passion was gonna luckily drop, but that's not it. Nah, that was absolutely not the play.
お疲れ様ですトレーナーさん
One,
本日
two,
は何を交換しますか
three, four.
ありがとうございます大切に使ってくださいね
Okay. So if I'm not wrong, I'm pretty sure I can just not click this and I still cap speed. Okay, if I'm not wrong. If I'm not wrong, hold on. Am I wrong? Am I actually capping, or will I just hit speed even if I do not click this? This is about to give me 30 plus points. That takes me up to about 100,000. I'm pretty sure I could literally just click width all the time and still cap it. Because I have all the gold hammers, so that's 20. That's about 22, 22, 22. On all races, that's about 60. Plus the 10 you get from Otonashi at the end. 70. Plus the 6 you get from... That's about 80. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just click... I just have to click width over and over, and I just cap speed no matter what. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna click width over and over. I have no reason to ever click anything else.
何事もノープロブレム最後まで集中してみ期待 注目の一番人気
Okay, so it's we got a mile finale. Kind of funny that in order to get a sprint or long finale, you kind of have to do a doomed run for all this shit. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's insane. Oh, that's great. What if there was a width ankle, guys? Could you imagine if they made a width ankle? You know, like this speed ankle instead of speed, it's width. Could you imagine if they made a width ankle? How would that even work? How would that even look like? Would the width training and would the width ankle cause width training to burn stamina instead of recover it, but you get a huge boost in width? Or would that be too broken? Width headband, yeah. Actually, yeah, width ankle is just that's kind of weird. So maybe width headband would make more sense within the lore. Oh, you don't get shop points. That's fucked up. I thought I was sure I was gonna get that whistle. No, we don't. We just have to sit here sad, knowing we don't actually get it. I mean, I could just press this and huff on the copium that I might cap power. Maybe. Kinda just want to keep clicking width though. Even though it's just fucked up to try to save that. Yeah. Yeah, I just don't like any of the options, if I'm being honest. Guess I'm just gonna click with whatever. Just to stay consistent with what I've already been doing. Bum, 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 bum,
注目の一番人気次のレースも飾らなあけま
There you go. Superstar climax. Cap speed. Yeah, I was not gonna cap power even if I clicked on power there. And ain't no way. That was never gonna work out. We want firm condition. For balance, wind headband gives plus 30 wind but gives no skill points. I could maybe see that. Yeah, I could see what you're trying to get at. Head on, I only got this at the very end. Tactical tweak, just in case I'm in a front or pace heavy lobby and she gets pushed to the back. The big brain strat. I don't think there's really anything else I really want. Maybe a spring runner just in case maxed out, just in case I can pass it on. Everything else, I suppose I can just put up a few mile abilities. That. Maybe that. That, and then one more from the greens. Holiday. Get that. That functions. S plus. Thought for sure that was gonna be SS. Eh. Third sprint. Orsiaka. That's my best one yet. Could have been better, though. Definitely could have been much better. At a team. We check this out. Then. Not enough gold skills. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I heard, yeah, I'm have to run a whole lot more. There is condors here. F sprint. How many sprints do I have? Oh, there is literally nothing sprint. Okay, maybe I'll try to grab something sprint off screen and try to see if I can make condor work in sprint. But in any case, I think I'll be ending the stream right now. It's getting late tonight, and I have to wake up early tomorrow. Thanks a lot for everyone watching. I'll be back tomorrow to stream the final chapter of the Team Serious story arc, as well as a whole lot of other things in Umamusume tomorrow. It might be a very long stream tomorrow, so look forward to it, and I'll catch you guys next time. Adios.